But what strikes me is most likely, as evidenced by the recent Chinese exercise, is a quarantine of Taiwan of some sort to choke them economically without having to really fire a shot, which of course puts us and our partners in the situation of do we fire the first shot? Do you think that scenario would have any political backing from other countries in the region?
Boy, I couldn't agree more, Jim. This is the scenario that really worries me. I think it's the one that's the hardest for us to judge politically what a U.S. administration would do. If the Chinese do an invasion and let's say they attack U.S. forces outright, that means going after Okinawa, maybe Guam, U.S. military forces in the region, whether aircraft carriers, surface ships, other basing. That sort of ties the hands of the American leader. There's no way I can imagine an American president not responding to that. If the Chinese do a blockade and they don't really go after American forces at all, but they just focus it on Taiwan, I think it puts an American administration in a very hard position, right? Where we don't want to fire the first shot. Maybe you end up trying to run the blockade, but is that a doable thing? Can we provide the supplies that Taiwan needs for however long that blockade would last? I don't know. It's a pretty hard challenge. And so I think politically that's a real issue that American leaders would have a difficult time dealing with. And then on the military side, this is where the Chinese have this huge advantage from having just churned out a giant navy in the last decade, which is basically the size of our legacy force.